Right, so now we're live over on my channel. We're gonna do a stream on Loamerboy's channel, but we had some technical difficulties. Things didn't work out, so we are gonna just do the same list that we were going to play, but over on my channel instead.
Hi.
So, hello to. You're not helping, Kat. You're just gonna sit there. You're just gonna sit there for the stream. Oh God. Here. Cat is the worst. But anyway, yeah. Gonna be streaming here instead, but still go follow Loamerboy over on his channel.
Hi guys, sorry my computer sucks, and I can't stream until I buy a PC, so I'm giving up.
Hopefully, I'll wait for a little bit to see if when people start trickling in. Just gotta make sure everything is still going. Oh, oops! I didn't open up my million windows I usually open up when I'm streaming. I was unprepared.
Oh.
Do need to open up my data though, since this is probably recordable data. And that should be it. Oh wait, no, my mod chat. Nope, that's not this one. It's this one. There we go. Alright. Now I think we're ready.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live, I think. I don't know. People are probably making their way over eventually, but
yeah.
Let's wait a little bit. So, I'll start just talking about the deck a little bit, and hopefully I didn't forget to do something while hastily setting up my stream. But so the main difference is that Loamerboy's been working out our Sarah Avenger, I think is just like the primary difference. There's a second Crusader. There's no Hallowed Spirit Keeper or Remorseful Cleric, which is just like kind of my pet cards that aren't really in a majority of lists, but I've been really liking Spirit Keeper. Cleric can go stay or go, I don't really care about it. But Sarah Avenger is fine too, especially if you're expecting a lot of like Delver and the Mirror. Card's very good on offense and defense and plays exceptionally well with equipment. And Second Crusader is just like the best 3-drop beater you have, so I don't fault anyone for playing like a more stock list like this. And then there's Shave a Crocus, up a Cavern of Souls. Again, it's a lot of just like what matchups you're trying to beat, and some people do like 2 Crocus over 3, just because of like the weird Lotus Petal nature of drawing multiples.
Yeah, I've had a lot of, when I was playing 3, I had issues. I don't find them to be like incredibly useful most of the time. So, Cavern's been good. I don't know. I mean, it has times where it's terrible, but also times where it wins you the game when no other card would, so.
And the sideboard is almost exactly the same as mine used to be, ignoring like the weird testing changes I made I made yesterday. It's like -1 Recruiter +1 Ballista for the sideboard, since there's no Ballista in the main. So
yeah.
Other than that, like it's almost identical. And there are 1, 2. There are only 2 1-of creatures in the deck, right? In the main deck, at least. And only like a couple more on the sideboard. So the third Recruiter loses a little bit more equity. I like it just because it comes in a lot of the matchups. Just because there are a lot of matchups where you want extra copies of a lot of your creatures.
Yeah.
It's a weird that you get to board in like this card against Storm and Sneak and Show and Miracles and Grixis and like Maverick and Death and Taxes, just because you're like a lot of the sideboard games are going to slow down, and that's when you want the third Recruiter.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that the third Recruiter has as much utility when you're not playing like Spirit Keeper.
As many 1-ofs that you want to go find. But anyway, let's just.
I don't know if people have figured it out yet, but we'll just go for it, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't seem like everybody's. Well, we got some people in chat or in viewing.
The thing, yeah.
I don't know what happened to my window. It died. It dies every time Moto updates.
Moto's just like, you know.
Moto likes killing my window sizes.
Now, 2,000.
Yeah, sorry. Just fixed it. I don't know why that happened.
Alright. Let's get started. But yeah, like with very minor changes, even just like random preference stuff, like playing Sarah Avenger, playing Second Crusader, the deck's going to play very similarly for like 90+% of matches. So
Yeah, I just think I don't know. I'm a big Avenger fan.
yeah, just like a lot of it is just preference. Like when I always talk about like what 75 should people be playing, it's like you can't convince someone else to play more than like 70 cards of your 75 at any given point, just because a lot of cards people just like to play more than a different card, or sometimes people like don't like to play a specific card.
Oh, you made it. Great. Sorry, my setup is terrible. I'll fix it eventually when I get around to it soon. It's
Oh
nice.
god, my cat really wants attention. Oh god.
Cats want attention. You know, that's not great.
You're not sitting in a good spot. Can you at least like sit on my shoulder? I'm not going to support you. Oh god, Moto Y. Moto Y, do you love killing my window?
I'm pretty sure whoever I ended up getting paired against, since we did start a game, just had to sit there for 10 minutes. So I did whoever that was.
Alright. You are super not helpful, cat. Just get up onto the chair or something. This is a hand of magic cards.
Do you keep this? A triple sword? I guess it could be great or terrible.
Yeah. So what are we dying to if we keep this hand? We're never gonna beat Grixis, Miracles, or Combo, but we're like always gonna beat Red.
Silver?
Yeah, Delver, the Mirror. And on the Mirror we have Thalia, but we have 3 Plows and a Recruiter against the Mirror. Red, Black, Reanimator, this hand's great.
What do you think?
I'd keep it, but I'm also like greedy. So I like hands that like just play turn 2 Thalia on the play. A lot of decks like can't like if we're gonna Storm, they don't Thoughtseize me on turn 1. Doesn't matter that I have 3 Plows in my hand. We just go Thalia into Recruiter, and they still lose.
Yeah, why not? We got Thalia. We got removal for everything.
Also, there's just been a lot of Delver, so like triple Plow's insane if my opponent is on Delver.
If this is Delver or Shadow, then we're like pretty favored to win this game.
And my opponent's gonna like Island Portent, and we're gonna be very sad.
Yeah. That's okay. I'm 7-1 against Miracles. We got a good post-board plan against them.
Alright, Volcanic, Preordain. Alright, that could be a lot.
This could be
Combo.
If it's Sneak and Show, that's really bad.
Sneak, Delver, very unlikely like Storm or something.
Storm would be weird off of Volcanic.
Yeah, if it's like their only, they could have like Volcanic Swamp with a cantrip or something. But anyway, it doesn't change my play, which is just slam Thalia and hope it beats them.
And the land is good.
Yeah, we can actually cast Recruiter. This cat is really up in my business.
This cat is adorable. I want it. It's so happy right now.
I'm never gonna see. So Grixis Delver, we did it. We kept a triple Plow hand for playing against Grixis Delver.
So Snap Plow the Spiral.
Yeah, we're just gonna attack and plow.
If he forces the first plow, that's very good.
You can't force our days right now because he's tapped out and we have Thalia, so that's good. The only problem is if my opponent just like on curve plays True Name, which they always do. So
yeah, but at least if they play True Name, you can recruit her for Stoneforge maybe.
Yeah, we have a flyer. We can recruit for like Stoneforge or something to try to deal with it. We have just so many answers to their non-True Name threats, and they play like 2 to 3. So
I got destroyed by Lewis CBR last night because both games he drew triple bolt.
Well, it'll get you.
Game 1 he drew double True Name. So
yeah.
Time.
After I the one time I 2-0'd Lewis on stream, and then I like went queued right into Grixis Delver after I hosted him, and we talked about our game, and I was like, yeah, I just immediately queued into Grixis the next round too, and 0-2'd it, and just like it's all just like True Nemesis.
Yeah. I guess the plays here are either Wisp into leaving the plains open or Recruiter for Stoneforge.
I like Wisp. Recruiter is like mildly more important than Wisp. Oh god, Cat Y.
I guess with Wisp you draw out days or whatever.
Like if they daze this Wisp, it's like kind of annoying, but they haven't dazed the other play. Like they didn't daze the Thalia. If they daze Wisp, it's whatever because I like Recruiter more. And Wisp also lets you like leave up Plow, which is fun. Yeah, the way trigger window. That's a
Even
cat.
though it's English, it's
It is a
just,
cat. It's a Sphinx cat. Don't open the fridge. It's got no hair.
I prefer the Avengers over the one. That's about it. Lewis is really good, Yamo Killer. That is very true. He's really good.
Yeah, Lewis is real good. I got like pretty lucky when I was playing we had a really good game 1 where I almost died to the Bitter Blossom and Trina Nemesis. Get that cat sweater. She actually does have a sweater. She's just not wearing it right now.
He told me he was drunk last night and he still crushed me, so, you know.
I mean, so there are hands where like Delver will look at their 7 and be like, "Yeah, you're dead. Like you're not winning this game."
Yeah, that'll happen. That's what happened definitely game 1. Just like all the cantrips, Delver, double true name, 3 bolts.
Yeah, when they do their Delver plan, they like Delver into like Daze your thing, Bolt your thing, True Name, whatever. Need to make her not naked. Yeah, she's got a sweater and she's also got a little tracksuit, but she's not. She hates the tracksuit. She's okay with the sweater. She's just not wearing it right now, and it's in the other room. I'll get a sweater cat stream on sometime.
I think after this stream, I'm actually gonna go look into PCs and figure out my life. So this has convinced me.
Brainstorm into fetch into brainstorm, sure.
So they're looking for something.
I imagine they're looking for like True Name Nemesis and removal spells, since those are the cards that really matter. Like Bitter Blossom would also be obnoxious. Bitter Blossom's a hard card to deal with, especially in the pre-board.
Yeah, I beat Bitter Blossom earlier today from Shadow because of Crusader. So. Crusader's a G against that card.
Stream Gold donate address for the cat. I'll buy the cat address.
Oh, turn my mic up. Well, it's all the way up. So...
I turned my desktop audio up a little bit, so hopefully, let me know when it gets. What? Wait, are we playing against the? Are we playing against the Phoenix deck? Surprise!
So fuck. I hate this deck so much.
We have 2 plows, so this isn't bad. If you just like
that's...
Buried Alives here, we just plow 1, take 6 or whatever, and plow another.
I just can't stand this deck. It's like really annoying because I don't actually think it's very good. I think it's just a flash in the pan. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I'm trying to withhold like harsh judgment until like I see the deck more. Like the deck needs to develop and needs to get a lot more fine tuned than it is right now. But it feels like you have like nuts dark red openers, but if you don't have your nuts dark red openers, you just like play like a really bad Grixis aggro deck.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's also, if it ever gets big, it's super easy to hate out.
I hope my opponent doesn't blind hit Swords to Plowshares here. That would be unfortunate.
Oh, God. You just play like a million, like any number of graveyard hate. Seems pretty good. Also, Chalice on 1 is insane.
Yeah, Chalice is nuts in Smash It. Wow, rude.
Did he name Swords? God damn it.
Name Swords to Plowshares. Well, now we're dead.
We're screwed now.
If you just cast Buried Alive, we just lose the game.
Yeah, if you cast Buried Alive here, we're hosed. Because I don't play Cleric, so there's no way to get around Phoenixes.
Yeah, we're fucked. GG.
Unfortunately, this is a matchup where like Sarah Avenger is just worse than, but you know, I don't really count this as a tier deck yet. I count it as a deck that people keep playing because it has gotten popularity on Twitter or whatever. You can block one of these. I mean,
yeah,
that's the thing.
I probably am. I need to buy time. I'm probably gonna like try to recruit her for Stoneforge. That's just gonna be way too slow though.
Yeah, I don't know what options you have. It sucks that he named Swords.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Name the card that you lose to, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they get to flashback therapy.
We found one case where Avenger is worse than Cleric.
We found the other case yesterday on stream, but that was like extremely narrow. It was like I have 2 mana. And I need to recruit for something that blocks Merit Lage.
Well...
I can cast a Flicker Wisp and then lose. Maybe my opponent's last 2 cards in hand are land.
Yeah, maybe he has lands in his hand, and this is all he's going to do forever. I don't know.
I feel like that, flashback on the therapy was kind of unnecessary. Because if they're planning on taking Recruiter, they can just flashback next turn and take the card I get with Recruiter. And also, like, it's easier to get to 3 spells because the therapy is one of the spells.
Wasn't the greatest play in the world, I agree.
It seems like kind of unnecessary.
I feel like if you get Chalice on 1 against this deck, I feel like 4-color Loam is super well positioned against this deck.
Yeah. Even if they like keep recurring too, you can like just punishing fire down Phoenixes easily just to stall for time, and like Chalice is just nuts. Okay, this is a Bedlam Reveler version. Okay.
What is this?
So then we're definitely bringing in Rest in Peace then.
Oh yeah.
Because this version does not have anything set in stone, so it's very hard to sideboard for because you don't know what exactly you're expecting. But if we're seeing Bedlam Revelers, 100% boarding in Rest in Peace. But I have not seen Bedlam Reveler. I've seen Thing in the Ice, I've seen Liliana of the Veil, and Last Hope. Young Pyro is like a pretty easy to... I'm just conceding. This game's over.
Yeah, super over. It's been over. That was a rough time. Why couldn't it have just been Grixis Delver? Oh well. So you definitely want to bring in Surgical, Chalice, Rip, Path, Priest, Judge. Do you want Judgment? I don't even think you want Judgment.
Maybe. I like to bring in Judgment against like the Planeswalkers, but like they don't always have the Planeswalkers, so... What's the justification for running 2 Chalice instead of 3? I was running 2 Chalice yesterday because I was just trying to beat other decks. I switched to the third one because specifically stuff like Storm was kind of an annoying matchup for me, but the third Chalice just guarantees, like, it makes it a lot easier to draw it. Seems like when we want it, it's crazy, and we should have a better chance of drawing in the opening. I mean, the matchup where I really, really wanted it was Storm, which is why it just, like, is another thing that you want in an opening hand besides, like, Thalia's. You also get these Chalices, but...
Is Cataclysm worth it in this matchup? Because they have quite a bit of lands.
I don't think Cataclysm is very good.
Probably slow.
Just had my Batterskull fumbled. What are you playing against? Like, the only 2 decks that would play Fumble are, like, Merfolk and Infect.
What is it that we're boarding out here?
Oh, yeah.
Mom?
Revoker sucks.
Yeah, Revoker.
Crusader sucks.
Moms.
Yeah, moms are pretty bad. They don't have a ton of removal outside of, like, just lightning bolts and stuff.
You just have to consider that we're bringing in 3 Chalice, too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of awkward.
It's awkward that we're bringing in 2 Paths, 2 Surgicals, and also 3 Chalice, but, yeah, it's... Sometimes you just live with the Nombos. Probably shave some Wisps. Wisps, like, don't really block Phoenixes very well.
Yeah. It's either that or Avenger, but at least Avenger has Vigilance.
Yeah. Avenger with, like, Sword of Fire and Ice is way better than, like, Wisp with Sword of Fire and Ice. Because you can attack and block, same with, like, GTA or anything.
This seems fine. I mean, the hope is that we either get turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Chalice on 1, or we have some form of Graveyard Hate. It's one of the two. It's why we're bringing both. It's super awkward that we're playing, like, 10 1-drops, but, you know.
That's life.
The hope is that you have one or the other.
Never know if I'm supposed to keep these hands against a deck like this. I err on yes, because these hands are just very good. And I think, like, just, like, the insane turn 1, turn 2 Buried Alive hands are just, like if you're dying to Dark Ray, Buried Alive, whatever nonsense. This hand is, like, just very good against their fairer games.
Yeah, I think you have to keep because you have turn 1 Vial and the removal plus Avenger plus Recruiter.
Yeah. Be like Avenger, we can recruit a Stoneforge or something, like...
I'm a big fan of basic planes. I feel like they're just almost always better than your utility lands, which is odd.
Yeah, basic planes is the best utility land.
I don't understand why people always play like what Innovolson's doing.
Yeah, 1 Ancient Tomb, 1 Mishra's Factory, 1 Horizon Canopy, 1 Cavern of Souls, whatever.
Flagstones, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, he's crazy, but he's very good, so who am I to question?
Yeah, Flagstone. I don't think it matters much for your CBL. This isn't one we're running. I thought I changed it. I didn't change my Stream Decker because I was really lazy, but I thought I changed my Cardboard Life one.
That's your Innovolson, because apparently he loves that card.
Let me try to refresh it.
Also, Bondi was playing Flagstones too, so I don't know what that says.
Yeah, Flagstones is like kind of like honestly, Flagstones is worse than like the utility with Cataclysm because it like lets your opponent know that you're playing Cataclysm in your deck.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're like, oh, maybe they'll have Gideons. You never know until you see it, except for when you are playing Flagstones, because you're not playing Flagstones with that Cata.
I don't think that this Buried Phoenix deck plays counterspells. I think it just tries to play like.
I've been Dazed, and I think they play Forces in the side, but Dazed is definitely like not in every list as well. So they're very proactive. Like their plan is very proactive. They play like 4 Thoughtseize for Cabal Therapy, so like that's their interaction.
Oh, they test together? Yeah, that makes sense. They are like the 2 best D&T players ever, so... you know. I wish that Enevolton would stream so I could watch what he does, because he must be doing things that I don't understand.
Thoughtseize.
Thoughtseiz's
Nice.
fine. Oh, that's like the best thing for us. Now, top deck Chalice someone would be great.
Oh yeah, please. Just like rip Chalice. Easy street. That's not bad. At least they can't Cabal Therapy me for 2 removal spells this time.
Yeah, that's convenient. You get Avenger next turn into Recruiter for whatever. That's pretty good.
While opponent is busy pondering the meaning of life, can you do an elevator speech for Cataclysm over Gideon's? I've had a lot of Cataclysm's gone bad where Gideon's just hurt or guaranteed value. I think Cataclysm is just hard, like a little bit harder to analyze than Gideon is. Because Gideon just like, if you're ahead, play Gideon. If you're like slightly behind, play Gideon. If you're like at parity, play Gideon. Where like Cataclysm, you have to like pick your point and you have to like figure out where it's good. But when you play Cataclysm and it resolves like in a good spot, it is insane. Like there are games you absolutely should not win where your Grixis opponent just goes like turn 3 Last Hope, turn 4 Jace, and like your Gideon's not gonna beat that. Cataclysm just like wins you game by like just Armageddoning 7 lands out of the Miracles opponent that has like a Jace on 10 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Gideon. I tried it in this list for a while. It's fine, but Cataclysm is...
Like, Gideon grinds, but Cataclysm just, like, ends games. And, like, you're not out-grinding Grixis. You're not out-grinding Miracles. You are going to kill them with this giant Haymaker.
Gideon's never going to beat Miracles or Grixis. They just Council's Judgment it or whatever.
It'll help you if you're, like, ahead or at parity. It'll help you try to pull ahead. But, like, if you're behind, like, there are a lot of scenarios where you play Gideon, you make a guy... and then they Fatal Push the token, snap, bolt the Gideon or whatever, attack the Gideon, and the Gideon's dead.
Yeah. So... let's see what we draw. I like just porting.
Yeah, I was definitely in for, like, recruiting a Stoneforge and passing, but now that we drew port, I like leaving up Plow/Path, porting, and just putting in Avenger.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, I mean, Cataclysm is your best sideboard card, in my opinion. That card is absurd.
Yeah, Cataclysm is, like, actually... In the matchups where you want Cataclysm is just so rude. Also, there are, like, big mana decks, like the bigger Eldrazi decks, where Gideon is just, like, laughable, and Cataclysm's insane.
Yeah. Cataclysm beats Post, like, by itself.
What am I porting here? Probably their black mana?
Yeah.
I'm, like, vaguely more scared of that. Their black mana lets them, like, do their stupid Dark Red stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
If I port the red, I could, like, try to protect my Avenger from a bolt or something, but I don't really care that much about that. The bolt's gonna find a target eventually.
Yeah, the problem with Bolt against D&T is, like, everything's boltable, so it's hard to play.
I'm not gonna play around Bolt. I'm going to get a creature bolted and move on with my life.
The fact that he has 7 cards in hand, it's kind of scary, but...
Yeah, all this deck does is cast cantrips. They just always have so many cards in hand, which is why they can afford to do stupid stuff like Dark Rat Buried Alive.
I wish I was playing Loam right now, because Chalice on 1 on turn 1 seems, like, absurd.
Yeah. The deck plays, like, two Abrade and, like, some of our Echoing Truth sometimes. It's just, like, this deck is very stone cold to Chalices. Do I just let this resolve? Like, there's no way they just blind hit Sarah Avenger, right?
I'm not gonna do that. I think you just let it resolve. They might name, like, Swords again.
Yeah, which I'm not gonna, like, play around. I can't cast anything.
Can't do anything about it.
They might, I think, like, okay, Sword Splashers. I was gonna guess Stoneforge Mystic, but then if I don't activate the vial, there's no way. I guess that therapy's fine. I don't know, because if I don't have a Stoneforge Mystic, maybe they're not scared of Stoneforge at all, but, like, Cabal Therapy would be good if I was planning on vialing a Stoneforge there, because they could eat the equipment or name Stoneforge if I don't activate the vial, but...
Yeah.
Naming Plow is always, like, kind of safe, so...
By the way, I kind of like recruiting for Prelate, because we can put it on 3, maybe?
Yeah, Prelate on 3. You just on-curve, put Prelate on 3, vial it in, cast Prelate at sorcery speed.
Yeah.
Just lock a lot of their stuff out.
I mean, they can still do...
They need, like, a braid.
Yeah.
Now they've tapped out, so the Sarah Avenger's protected.
Yeah.
Ooh, I also get to wasteland them? Deal.
So the question is, do you want to... I would not waste yet.
Yeah, I'm going to play around days. I'm going to Violin, Recruiter, get Prelate, play Wasteland, play Prelate, then waste them.
Yeah. Do we want to Prelate on 1 or 3? 1 shuts off our removal, but it also shuts off a shitload of their deck, so... But 3 shuts off.
I'm just going to put it on 1. Like, they can't bury it alive into a bunch of Phoenixes without being able to cast 1-drops.
That's true. It does shut off Path, which kind of is annoying,
Yeah,
but well,
if I'm losing to, like, hardcast Phoenixes, then
yeah.
that's life.
See if they put in forces. Nope. I'd waste the vault for sure.
Yeah. Try to take them off of color if we can.
I feel like we're in a pretty good spot now.
Also protects Prelate from, like, a Braid, which is probably the most common non-1-drop removal spell that they would have in their deck.
Yeah, they have to have... I don't even know what they have to have now. Some 2-drop removal. Diabolic Edict maybe, but that doesn't do it here.
Yeah, even if they have, like, Liliana the Veil or the Last Hope, neither of those kill Prelate, so... Oh yeah, they're just passing. Deal.
I would maybe not attack with Prelate.
Yeah, I don't know what's in these decks, but I don't think it's worth the 2 damage to just die. Ooh, never mind, we're just gonna Wasteland them. Find out.
Now we Prelate.
Yeah, now we can find out if they're playing Snapcaster Mage or something. And also just put them to 0 mana, because we get to start porting them too.
Yep.
Yeah, this game's over.
Game is super over. So one of the things I've been considering with my list is, like, I really wanted a second Prelate so many times somewhere.
Prelate is, like, pretty good in a lot of the matchups.
Yeah.
It just, like, has this weird awkwardness where it's, like, good against Delver when you're ahead, but, like, it's also really awkward and just, like, a really bad 2-2 if you're, like, trying to draw removal spells and stuff.
So good against combo, though. And Mo's full of combo.
It's really good on combo if you can get there.
Yeah,
forgot about these Council's Judgments, but...
I don't think we need it. I mean, what do you want them for? Like...
I don't know. I got Dark Rit Liliana the Veiled and died in last match.
Yeah.
But
true. I don't know if every version's playing Lily. Like, I don't think we're losing to Planeswalker.
I was reading Whiteface's logic was that, like, you want extra things to do with your busted turn 1 Dark Rit hand, so you play either Liliana the Veil or the Last Hope. So it's not nothing to try to have answers to that, because we are, like, kind of stone cold to a Last Hope if they have them, but it's hard to assess.
I mean, I don't know what else.
I'd cut, like, another, like, more Wisps.
Jailer's not very good, is it?
Oh yeah, I could. Jailer's not good against, like, the triple Phoenix hands.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. Wisp is, like, very medium, and if I want to get value, you can recruit for Wisp, and then Wisp the Recruiter, like, once, and that's decent.
Yeah.
I think 1 Wisp is fine.
I still haven't quite figured out what I want board for this matchup.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'd love to, like, try to sit down and test this matchup eventually, but I'm waiting for the decks to also figure out what they want to be doing.
Right.
Is our Ballista in the main and side in this build? I'm debating it for the team open. He has it in the side. I have one in the main, but...
I think it's really bad in some matchups, and so I prefer it in the side, although I understand running it main, so I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a preference thing.
Hey, Farish, you didn't miss much. We're in Game 3 against Grixis Phoenix, whatever, Arclight Phoenix. But... we're on round 1, so you didn't miss that much. I like Surgical, because we're not just dead to their, like, busted, buried alive hands.
I snap.
And, like, we have Stoneforge, Council's Judgment. We're not dead to, like, turn 1 Planeswalker or turn 1 Phoenixes, so... And we just have Vial, so, like, this hand's great.
And they're going to Therapy Swords again, most likely, so they're going to miss on that this time.
Hopefully they just, like, turn 1 Dark Rit, buried alive or something. Please.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess not. They're just cantripping. Cool.
This hand is about as good as you can get on the draw, I think.
Yeah, just, like, turn 1 Vial hands are just always... Oh, no, now they're going to hit with their Cabal Therapy.
Yeah, right.
What they do with their ponder? Did not shuffle. Also, they have a basic. Good to know. Not all these decks have basics. Some of them have like very Grixis Delver-esque mana bases.
Right.
Thoughtseize. Well, all right. The jig is up, but not much we can do about it. But that also means we're not getting Phoenixed here. They'll probably Thoughtseize Stoneforge, I want to say. And just leave me with like a really garbage extraction. And just know to try to play around it.
If I'm him, I take Stoneforge, but yeah.
But we also have Council Judgment to deal with like a Walker or some other threat.
Yeah, I'm still fine with this hand. Having Vial's nice. Eventually we'll draw something.
Yeah. Find guys eventually. Nice, the perfect draw.
Both of my Caracas in the deck. I cut to 2 and I still draw them both.
That's just how that's how my life goes.
Yeah.
I still have flashbacks to that stupid the depths game I played yesterday where I was like, well, if I take this line, we're safer against like a top deck Dark Depths, but if I take this other line, we're dead to exactly Thoughtseize plus Dark Depths in this one turn. And then he like flipped Thoughtseize off the bob and then drew Dark Depths and I died.
Yeah, that'll happen. That's magic for you.
Thoughtseize again, sure.
I was just gonna rip the hand apart. Well,
Yeah,
at least he's not doing anything. Does he take surgical this time?
Probably Judgment? Oh, nope, Surgical. I guess he's planning on...
no, he's gonna do the thing.
We can deal with 2 Phoenixes, so this isn't that bad if he does just end up like making a bunch of Phoenixes this turn.
Yeah, I wonder if you were supposed to surgical something. Probably not.
No, because then he just like takes another card, and then what are we surgicaling? Ponder? Thoughtseize?
Yeah, I guess that's not really the greatest thing in the world. I felt like this hand was good, but you know,
I mean, it's hard to keep a good hand against like double Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
Most of your hands are going to go from good to medium if you get Thoughtseize twice in the first 3 turns.
I don't like Ballista Main. That's me.
Yeah, Ballistic Main definitely suits a slower meta. It caught on popularity-wise when like Grixis and Miracles got really big, but then like we surged into combo decks, and after that we started to surge into like Delver decks and such. So it definitely like comes and goes. All right, well we're not getting Phoenixed again, so
he's just gonna cantrip forever.
Yeah, it crushes the mirror.
This deck is dumb. It's just like I'm just gonna cantrip.
Let's just try Chalice the Void, Sanctum Prelate.
Yeah. Anything real Stoneforge.
Yeah. Just any creature really.
Yeah, I haven't had too much of an issue with mirrors because Sarah Avenger is insane, so I don't feel like I need it main for that reason. So next turn he's probably going to do the thing.
Hey, we did it!
Woo! Okay, so the issue here is...
We're turning off our plow.
Yeah, but I think you still cast it.
Yeah, and we have the Council Judgment to clean up. Like, if they just, like, hard cast a Phoenix next turn, we can still Council Judgment it.
Yeah, unfortunately it's cast triggers, so they can still, like, cantrip and get buried alive.
It's not like Sanctum Prelate.
But they can't... Is this a Braid?
Probably. I mean, they cantrip, like, 900 times. I assume they found an answer to, like, a Sanctum Prelate. Yeah, that's...
Yep.
Is this Dark Ray buried alive now? Yep.
Yep. Jeez.
Yeah, we can kill 2. Kill 2 of them.
It's still annoying. It's annoying that you just had the Abrade and the Ritual.
I mean, Ponder, Brainstorm, Ponder.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of card selection there.
We just swordsing into Daze here?
Yeah, I'm just going to swords into Daze here.
Right.
For sure.
Well, it's 1 down. We have Judgment for the second, and then we're just dealing with a single 3/2 flyer, which is fine.
Yeah. Our deck's equipped to deal with a Delver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
his last card is Reveler. That's really annoying.
Oh yeah, I forgot that his deck plays Revelers. Hey, that's pretty good.
So I guess we prelate on 1?
Yeah, I'm just probably on 1. They have 1 card left in hand, And even if they like Reveler, it means that we can turn off a lot of ones in their hand. They've already used an Abrade as well.
The issue is that prelating on 1 means we can't find a removal spell for the last Phoenix.
We're at 14. We have some time to find something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if this resolves.
Yeah. At least we've exiled 2 of them, so they don't get to come back.
Yeah.
That's the nice part about this deck against Phoenix is all your removals exile.
Wonder if I was trying to like beat specifically this deck, what cards I would play. Not
I think
actually
we're already
sure.
playing a lot of them.
That's fair. I don't think this matchup is very bad, but I'd like to test it more to figure out if it actually is worse than I thought.
I think it's pretty even. I mean, they can have hands that just beat yours, and vice versa.
A lot of our cards are just like so good against what they're trying to do. Is this red?
Another Abrade? Oh, yeah, that's what I was afraid
Hopefully
of.
they drew into mono 1-drops, but now there's like 6 power on board, so we need to draw like something really good here.
Yeah. Recruiter?
Hey, that does something.
Ooh.
Think I'm just judgmenting the Reveler.
Are you sure we're judging Reveler and not the Phoenix?
I'm definitely not sure, but I think I am.
The Phoenix flies. You can at least block Reveler with Prolate if you have to.
If we draw like Thalia, we can stall it forever with like Caracas plus 2 mana. Just cast it, bounce. Yeah, maybe I am exiling the Phoenix. They can't really pump up the prowess very much because like all their cards are 1s.
Yeah, but they can still cast them.
Well, they can't cast them. Why not with Prelate? Prelate's not Chalice.
Oh, right, it's Prolate. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna vote for the Phoenix.
Yeah.
If we draw Thalia, Thalia just like stops Reveler Stone Cold and does nothing to Phoenix.
Yeah, we're still gonna need some good draws though because
yeah, Recruiter. We're gonna draw like.
I think you have to take this at least once. That's a problem.
Ugh.
Jeez.
Those were some good Reveler draws.
Yeah, probably the best possible Reveler draws.
Can't cast my Chalice. What am I gonna do? But yeah, now we're super fucked.
Oh, this game's over.
Now we're dead.
I mean, that's just like, I don't know. He could have drawn anything, and he draws like the best possible things off Reveler.
The deck with like 20 plus 1-drop non-creature spells draws like Pyro Grimlawmancer on a draw 3.
Yeah, pretty good.
Am I blocking this Pyro? They have this Lavamancer.
Yes. I would block it because they're just gonna kill it anyway.
Yeah. Also opens up me drawing Plow as a way to stay alive.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just dead.
Quote unquote stay alive. We're at an effective 3 here with this Lavamancer in play, so.
Yeah. He's just gonna cantrip to find a bolt.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. I really don't feel like this matchup is bad.
Why didn't he just Lavamancer down my Prelate and then like cast all these cantrips?
I don't know.
And then get a bunch of Pyromancer triggers and also hit me with a big Reveler. Whatever.
No, another Pyromancer. Tight.
Nice. Alright, we did it.
Yeah, we're dead. Sucks. Gee, maybe Spirit Keeper would have saved me.
We drew none of the different cards, so. Spirit Keeper would have been a good top deck at some point there.
I mean, Darkview, he just drew like Lavamancer and Pyromancer or off the Reveler when he could have drawn like, any of his 41 drops in the deck.
Preordain, Ponder, Cabal Therapy.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like it's very nice. I don't know.
I was hoping to Council Judgment the Phoenix and buy time. We had like 4 turns with just a Reveler in play, and then also Lavamancer is interesting. I guess it makes sense. Does it make sense if you're like the more graveyard-oriented version? I feel like Lavamancer and Reveler isn't exactly the best synergy.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
It
good
was
against the
rough 'cause he
it's just
led.
like good against the tiny creature decks though, so it might just be like some sideboard. Moto Y.
The fact that he led with 2
Yeah, that sounds good.
Thoughtseize was rough.
Ooh, Death Shadow.
Yeah. Crusader is so good in this matchup.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get
Yeah.
Thoughtseized here. Man, I really
Let
want to
Mom
waste.
Wasteland.
I really want to wasteland this, but that feels greedy.
I usually waste if they lead on Delver, but I could see just playing Mom too.
If I could play Mom, I can like play Mom a second Mom and waste next turn, but like it also lets them cantrip. What do you want to do? This is technically you're supposed to be playing this. What would you do?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's close. It really is close. Sometimes I feel like there is no right decision.
Yeah, it just
You're
like depends on what
pick one.
your strategy is at a given time. Also, with a Crusader in hand, I like just trying to get a 3 mana. So like just
I
playing.
kind of like playing Mom here, so that next turn you can Mom waste, especially if they are just on 1 land.
Well, if they're on 1 land and we leave them with this, they're probably gonna like cast a Ponder and then no longer have 1 land. But you never know if they're on 1 land or not. So that's the we could wasteland and then they just go underground, say Ponder, and nothing happens.
So my instinct is always to wasteland, but that's because I play Loam and it's so much easier to waste people out with that deck. So I don't know if it's always correct here.
Here's hoping they don't play a land and then we just win the game.
They don't play land.
Wait, do I just block? I just block this, right?
Yeah. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yep.
Unless they have like
Deal.
land Delver, which is fine.
Deal.
No
They
land?
don't. Oh no, they have
One
like
time?
Boo.
Oh, there we go.
No fun opponent over here.
Land Delver?
Yeah, looks like second Delver.
Can't be Angler.
Oh, reanimate my mom. Deal.
What? Okay. Sure, I guess.
Am I wastelanding or am I just like getting towards my Crusader? I don't care that this mom really exists. I guess it like makes their Death Shadow more obnoxious because they can like try to aggressively get it in. But no, we have like we can Revoker plus Mom block it. But
yeah,
kind of like just playing Stoneforge.
Yeah, I would either play Stoneforge or Mom plus waste, or I don't know. I kind of want to get to 3 mana too.
Yeah,
so
and this Stoneforge is like really good daze bait too.
I'll leave it up to you as far as like what you would normally do.
Yeah, I think I'm just running out of Stoneforge. I don't know what I'm grabbing. Assuming this resolves. Maybe GTA helps against
Jit.
Mom.
Yeah, I mean, I would grab Jit or Batterskull.
Yeah, GTA's also just insane with Crusader if we get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have Revoker to just attack into the Mom with a GTA if we really need to.
Yeah, and I would potentially wait on
Thoughtseized,
Crusader
rude.
until you can
Alright,
play
well,
around.
they're taking our Crusader now, so we need a new plan.
Yeah. That was probably... I wonder if that was a top deck. Probably. Maybe they just had a...
I feel like I'd rather Thoughtseize than reanimate a Mom. Yep. Easy take there. But now they still have to deal with this GTA.
But the good news about my list is we have a second Crusader.
That's true. Alright, well, looks like this is Death Shadow time.
Probably.
I think I'm just going Mom Revoker. Oh, Angler. Alright, that's much better for me than Shadow.
Yeah.
Alright, you get some percentages to support the Wasteland one when your opponent does the whole. I guess I'll keep it. Yeah, that's fair. Kind of.
So I feel like we're no longer trying to Wasteland them.
Yeah, for sure. They have a lot of lands in play for Delver. The Wasteland line is kind of off
And we
the
want to
table.
get to 4 mana, so we can...
I'm gonna go Plains, Mom, Revoker, go.
Yeah.
This deck never plays
Revoking
Last Hope in the
Last
main, right? And I can like name Street Wraith. That's like a card they would actually main deck. Or I can name Last Hope in case they have that in the main deck for some reason and we just fucking die to it.
Probably Street Wraith. I don't think they play Last Hope main. I would be surprised. Watch them cast Last Hope next
Yeah.
turn.
I say that, yeah, we're 100% going to get Last Hope because I suggested Street Wraiths. I guess I could name
Yeah.
Mother of Runes, but we already have our own Mother of Runes.
Yeah, you could name Mom too. I think you want your own Mom though.
Yeah, I think my mom's more important than theirs. Especially because we have this GT that we can get online to take down their mom, so...
I think you name Last Hope just in case, because if they play Last Hope, we're just stone dead. And if they cycle Street Wraith, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, it digs them deeper to, like, more action spells, but...
Yeah.
Next turn we can play
I like
Equip...
the hedge, though.
We can play Equip the GTA to Revoker and just essentially trade it for the mom.
Yeah, also, the fact that you have Mom means that GTA gets better.
GTA, yeah, the GTA is way more likely to connect. They snap shuffled on that Ponder.
If they Thoughtseize, that sucks, but
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
That's life. Definitely needed to get the Revoker on the table rather than the GTA, even though the Revoker's the worst spell, the Revoker also helps us just clear the mom to begin with.
Yeah.
That's fine, we'll take 5.
Yep.
Nice, we can't get wastelanded. Ooh, this Jailer's gonna be good.
Boy.
So time...
You, like, put in GTA Equip here?
Yep, put in GTA Equip Attack.
Yeah, and then you can play Jailer next turn around days.
Well, they're probably gonna wasteland me, but...
Yeah, sure. I guess that's true. I still think this is better.
Oh, for sure, yeah. 100% just about to trade this Revoker for the mom here.
Yeah. If he has a removal spell, you have the mom, so that's
Yep,
good.
he needs, like, actual double removal to survive this.
Yeah.
And even then, like, our follow-up still is fine.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I keep losing game 1s against Shadow and then winning the post-board games. I don't know what that means. But...
Game 1 is, like, the game that you should be able to take really easily unless they,
I know.
like, flood
That's
creatures.
weird.
The post-board games get dicier because they bring in, like,
Yeah.
900 Dread of Knights. Block me. I will not give my Revoker Pro White. I offer up this trade unto you. Yep, deal.
Cool. We can Jailer this Angler too.
Yeah, if this Jailer resolves, the game is just like over.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out how to somehow not let this trigger happen. Nope, definitely happening. Even just like
Stifle?
Oh, stifle the. I mean, I don't really care. We cleared the mom. That was like the big goal there.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I hate when like random Shadow decks play Stifle. Most of them.
Also,
don't,
now they're not
then they
stifling my
stop.
Jailer trigger, so.
Yeah, it's true. Take it. Just taking 5 again here, maybe.
I might block with the mom, and just like pro black it.
Pro black it.
If they just like
use removal.
If they just like burn a removal spell, sure. They have 2 cards left in hand.
Yeah.
I imagine one of them is a removal spell though, but I don't really like going to 10.
That's fine. I mean, either way, if you force them to use a removal spell on the mom, that's fine. It means they can't use it on whatever we equip JJ to.
Yeah. Oh, or they just like don't have anything, and we just get to block this thing for free.
I wonder what's their hand is. Shadows. Shadows kind of be annoying.
Lands.
Land.
Yeah.
Hey.
Not gonna wasteland me? Alright, deal.
I think we're winning this game.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slam Jailer, and then this game should be over.
Yep.
How often has the game not been over after a thing happens? All the time. Oh, maybe I should have wasted it. Didn't play around Hardcast Force.
Didn't play around that one.
Was playing around Days, notably. So, like, the not wastelanding wasn't for no reason.
Yeah.
I will attack with Stoneforge. Wait, no. I'd rather block with... I should have done this last turn, too. Block with Stoneforge and use the mom to give it pro black.
Yeah.
Not that it matters a whole lot, but... Actually, does that matter at all? Block, tap. If they have another Stifle, it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not worth the 1 damage.
They have no cards in hand.
Oh, yeah, I guess maybe it is worth the 1 damage there.
Well, second Stoneforge is pretty good.
Yeah. We can actually Stoneforge for Batterskull and put in Batterskull or something.
Yeah.
If they just pass the turn without attacking, just to block. Because Batterskull plus GT kills Angler.
I didn't even think about Hardcast Force last turn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not very often, but sometimes it does
Yeah.
happen. Oh, nice.
All the Stoneforges.
Alright. Now we will go get Batterskull and then pass the turn.
Yep.
I guess I'm supposed to put it in on their upkeep to play around more Stifles.
Probably. Although if they want to stifle this, it's fine.
Yeah, well, they stifle like the Germ token trigger, and then just like kind of annoying.
This game is pretty over.
Yeah. The 3rd time we've said that. No, okay, yes, it's finally over this time. We did it.
Concede.
I think it was actually a round over when the GT killed the mom, or when the Revoker killed the mom. I think that was like very close to the end of the game, unless they drew very well.
So on the draw, I like taking out all the Thalias, the Jit, and a Revoker. And then on the play or on the draw, and then I bring in 2 Path, 2 Judgment, a Relic Order, and a Ballista.
Makes sense. Every time you say the game is over, RNG cuts prolong it by 10 seconds. Well, we said it was over the 3rd time, then they snap conceded, so we did it that time. Well, so what did you cut?
I cut all the Thalias, the Jit, and the Revoker, because Thalia isn't as good on the draw.
Yeah, Thalia is also just miserable. I like a Revoker. Revoker's okay because it's like a thing that doesn't die to Dread of Night. Sometimes I shave like Wisps.
Yeah, you can shave a Wisp and a Jit instead of the Revoker. That's fine.
Equipment package is okay, but
Do you keep Jit?
I usually I cut some number of like between Moms, Thalias, and Wisps is usually my sideboarding plan. Also, yeah,
Okay.
Revoker is good against sideboard Lily on the Last Hope.
You could cut a Mom, because like we're on the draw.
Yeah, let's just do that. I don't hate that. I don't think I have like guaranteed numbers of how many I cut, but I almost always just exclusively cut white X1 creatures from the deck.
Yeah.
I just like shave Moms, Thalias, and Wisps, and then we draw a hand with Moms and Wisps. But this hand's great. And then we're gonna super die to Dread of Night, but
it's really hard to mull this hand though.
Yeah. It's got Vial. And also we have Stoneforge. So
they have Dread of Night, but I mean
gonna miss a 5-footed Dredge. Rip. Fuck Dredge. Dredge has so many like non-games. This is such a not interesting matchup to play.
I 5-0'd earlier today and beat ORM on Dredge. It was cool.
I don't think Dredge is like particularly unfavored, but it's just
a
like
good matchup, I think.
Yeah, it's just like very obnoxious to play against.
Yeah, you just have to be careful, but like there's a lot of things you can do that help.
We don't die that hard to Dread here.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dread of Night's a 3-for-1. It's like pretty bad for this hand. But like Dread of Night's bad for basically all your hands. You can't like mulligan for a good Dread of Night hand.
Yeah, and also like there's a game 3 if he just has the nuts too.
Yeah, that's usually why you can beat Shadow, is because game 1 you're so favored, and then games 2 and 3 like you're still like fine.
Yeah.
All about that Ballista 0 for 0 turn 1. I hardcore blew out a Dredge player with a Ballista for 0 once. It was amazing.
Yeah, that definitely is a thing.
It was like, so I was playing an Eternal Weekend, and rude. Okay. My opponent, or I guess I'm on the play, and I go post board. I go land, Vial, go, and they go land, LED, cast Breakthrough, response, or like holding priority, crack LED, holding priority, cycle Street Wraith, and they dredge like 40 cards or something, and then I surgical all their Icarids and Vial in. Ballista for 0, break all their bridges, and then they get back like 1 Narcomoeba, and they conceded.
I forgot you could Vial and Ballista on 0. That's interesting.
It was amazing.
So next turn, mom.
Probably, maybe. We'll see what they do. They might have thought seize me. If they.
That's fine.
Oh.
You could just jam Stoneforge since you got the second one. But
Yeah.
you could also play around days and try to land the moms. I don't know.
Again, like, we have this Crusader, so if we have land, I'd like to just, like, play Days Bait. They've already also played 1 Days, so...
Yeah.
The trouble is Stoneforge isn't very good. Like, if this resolves and we get to, like, tutor something, I'm still, like, not doing anything with it. I'd like to get these moms online, too, but...
I would say play both moms here and hope they don't Dread of Night you.
Yeah. I mean, if they just go land go, I feel like it's, like, a pretty easy point to cast the Dread of Night. You don't need to kill stuff with it. I guess you, like, kind of do it in case I have a Council Judgment hand, maybe, but...
Days number 2, probably, here.
If they daze me again, sure. Like, Fatal Push plus Daze. Yeah. That's fine.
That's fine. Days here.
If they, like, Daze and Wasteland me, then we're in trouble, but...
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Sure. If they have the, like, double Daze Wasteland Fatal Push hand on my 2-land keep on the draw,
Yeah.
then they got me.
Land, pretty good. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, even if we don't draw land, like, they've expended a lot of their resources here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey-o.
I'm just slamming Crusader, right?
They have played 2 Dazes. They likely took out a lot of Force of Wills.
Yeah. They could, like, land Diabolic Edict me.
That's true.
That's a card that they have that they...
Maybe it's better to jam Stoneforge here.
The problem is that, like, the Stoneforge is also likely to die, but the Stoneforge also just retroactively plays around Days, but maybe I just
mean, also, if you play around Days with Crusader, you're not playing around Thoughtseize, so...
Yeah. I think I just want to jam Crusader.
I don't hate just jamming it into an Edict and...
Yeah. And just make them have it.
Have
they have, like, very little answers to this. Oh, they have third Days here. Oh, no, they're brainstorming for it, sure. I was gonna be a little sad if they just, like, snap off Days to that, too. God, my life.
I mean, if they have 3 Dazes, like...
Yeah,
because they have 3 Dazes.
So I didn't want to play Stoneforge, because if we just play Stoneforge, and, like, they Fatal Push it, we untap and we're back to the exact same situation. But if we play Mirroring Crusader and we land it, and they don't Edict me, then we're, like, really far ahead, because we just start playing other creatures to protect the Crusader, and it's so hard for them to take it off the board after that.
If they don't have Edict or Daze here, then we just probably win. We'll see.
If they do have Edict, then, like, we still have 3 good cards in our hand, so...
Yeah, they might have found Edict, which is... I mean, they have to spend their turn doing that.
Oh, alright, not Edicted. Nice. Is this like a Gurmag, maybe?
Don't care about that. I don't even care about that, really. Hey-o.
Just kill the Death Shadow and start attacking?
I like just firing off the swords here.
Am I just attacking them with Crusader, or are you a fan of, like, never attacking Death Shadow players ever?
I think in this case, because you have the swords, I would swords first, then attack.
Well, yeah, no, attack first, then swords doesn't make any sense, because then they're still at 13, doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's tough.
It's just like sometimes people, like, don't like to put their shadow opponents below 13, but I think, like, I'm just making my opponent dead. They're going to 9 life, and we have an unblockable double striker, and we're just, like, getting Stoneforge stuff going on.
I like swordsing then attacking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna plow it then attack, then play Stoneforge. We're just gonna actually murder them. They also need to have another Death Shadow to get punished for just attacking her. Let me just jam Mystic. What am I grabbing?
I could see Batterskull. I think Jit is insane with Crusader.
Is Jit lethal with Crusader? They go to 7, no, they go to 1 if we drew 4th land. Fire Knife technically kills them, but it's also just the worst equipment.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I see Jit or Batterskull, both of which are fine.
Let's grab Batterskull. It just means that they have to remove the Stoneforge.
And second Stoneforge too, so...
Yeah, and the second Stoneforge makes the Batterskull better. And if they're removing the Stoneforge, they have less mana to be deploying threats or dealing with this Crusader in some way. It's like Liliana of the Last Hope me, it just doesn't matter.
Yep. They might do that and get back Shadow.
No, we exile the Shadow.
Oh, there's this Angler.
So it looks like Angler, because they're paying costs. I don't know why they paid. What are they leaving up here? Oh, yeah, no, they're just last hoping. This thing is just soaking up 4 damage and dying. Oh, no, they're milling it. Oh, they milled a Death Shadow and an Angler? What? Alright, well, this Liliana is now soaking up 1 damage and dying. It's awkward because I don't get to put in the Batter Skull, though. But I could just, like, deploy a Wisp, too, and they're going to 4 and dying. It just means that the Crusader's killing them next turn. Because they're 4
You don't need a Batter Skull. Just kill the Lily with Stoneforge and then
kill their face. Yeah. And then just, like, play Wisp.
Yeah. They're super dead, I think.
Yeah. Attack Last Hope, attack face.
Oh, Crusader's so good. I thought about cutting one, but I just don't really want to do that.
Just Flicker Wisp the Stoneforge, just to get more stuff.
Yeah, why not? What the hell? It's better than a Plains. I mean, that doesn't do anything.
Go get Sword of Fire and Ice.
Jit.
Make ultra kill them.
Yeah.
Fire and Ice means that if we draw a land, Flicker Wisp is also lethal.
Yeah.
In case of, like, some removal spell on Crusader somehow.
What do they have to have here? Like magic? I don't know what they could have.
Dread of Night buys them a turn. No, because then Dread of Night also lets us kill with... Or Sword of Fire also lets us kill through a Dread of Night. We'd have 2 Dread of Nights. That'd be bad.
2 Dread of Nights would do it, yeah.
We're not even that bad off, because if we draw 5th land, we just play Batter Skull and still threaten them for lethal.
Yeah.
But, like, that's, like, absolute worst case. Yeah, okay, sure, you're dead. You can kill my Wisp, though.
That doesn't matter.
You got me. And play Angler. Oh, Delver. Oh, yeah, see? Sword of Fire and Ice kills them now. Because they can't jump up with this Delver.
Yep. Good game.
Easy mode.
I love Crusader.
Just conceits. Nice.
Crusader has won me more games than, like...
Yeah.
It's just... It's really good.
Crusader is very good at just, like, giving the beatdowns.
I like the more aggressive death part of Death and Taxes.
Just got blind therapied for Recruiter and had both at hand. Oof. Therapy's like a really rude card. We got blind therapied for our plows. Although that one made sense. I don't know what context you blind therapy a Recruiter, but I don't know. I don't know the matchup.
Did I scare you?
Yes.
I'm gonna go work out.
Okay.
Stupid Moto window keeps moving over. Ugh, this hand is not good.
Garbo Supreme. Who are we playing against? BOCCI? Ooh. I think I played against this guy before, but I don't remember.
Oh, this hand's much better.
This hand is great.
Do I want action? I feel like I want a 2-drop. I get like greedy on my scries. We're on the draw. Like fighting a 2-drop would be so nice.
I'd bomb that.
It's like die to.
Watch us like.
We're gonna super die. We're gonna get our Wasteland or our Vile Force and then get Wastelanded and die. But
yeah, that's life. What is this?
So, Grixis something or other or Sneak.
Yeah. Storm, I guess. No, not Storm. They have Fledge Train.
They shuffled on their Ponder.
I'm always so tempted to waste, but we have so many things to do.
I always think about it, especially if they shuffle on their cantrip on turn. If they shuffle on their Ponders on turn 1, it's like, what if they're looking for lands?
I mean, I'm okay with you doing it if you want to do it.
We just like go back to turn 1, right? We just play our file next turn. I'm gonna go for it. I get greedy.
Yeah, screw it.
They always keep with their Ponders, so I never get to do this, and it's more fun this way.
Yeah.
They're definitely gonna play second land. Yeah.
Of course they are.
See, now they don't even have a spell to cast. Now it's just we're back to turn 1. Except now they're gonna like spell pierce my file or something stupid.
Probably. Watch that.
They're just forcing it. Sure. Force pitch True Name. So just Grixis Delver looks like.
I'll take that though. They pitch True Name. Yeah. That's a deal.
Ask your opponent in chat whether to waste your file. Oh shit! Now we're fucked. This is exactly what I was talking about. We got our Vile Force. Now we're gonna get our Crocus Wastelanded.
This is bad.
I'm tempted to just not play this Crocus until next turn, so I can like cast Sarah Avenger.
Yeah, we got punished hard. Let's just cast Mom into Daze.
Yeah, I think I'm just like not playing this Caracas until next turn when I can at least play a 2-drop.
Hey, we went for the greedy line, and doesn't always work out.
Yeah, it'll maybe work out. If we draw another land, we're doing something.
Yeah.
Bolt the mom.
Yeah.
Sure, we at least get to play Avenger next turn instead of like playing Caracas,
Yeah.
playing mom, and then fuck, we have to draw exactly basic. Oh, never mind, we're good. We drew
I don't know. It's hard because you want the Vial to resolve, but you also want to play Avenger.
They didn't daze the mom. I think I just want to play this Vial. This Vial is pretty important because our mana is so bad right now, and they're not doing anything threatening.
Yeah. I don't even think we play the Caracas still.
Oh yeah, still holding the Caracas.
Yeah.
Do they have daze? And they just like didn't daze? I guess they don't want to daze the mom if they have a bolt to take care of it. Yeah, that's kind of fine.
Spell Pierce? What did they do?
No, they just dazed it, yeah.
Well, sad times.
We only get to play one of these. I think it's Avenger. They have plenty of mana. We know they have a Volcanic in hand, too, in addition to this Deltas. They have 2 other cards in hand. They have so much mana.
Yeah, we really should have taught that basic planes earlier.
Yeah, got super punished.
Yeah, oh well.
Disappointed at opponent not hard casting days. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're playing around.
True name? Probably.
Second bolt, rude.
No, second bolt, cool.
Oh, surprise rug delver. All right.
Yeah. Womp womp. Punished for not playing 24 lands.
Oh, nice. They flipped their delver off of a daze. That's my favorite thing to see.
Yeah, really good now. Well, I guess you just jam Thalia into days, right? Or do you wait?
We're definitely not waiting. There's a question of like whether or not I cast GT there instead to try to like bait out the days, but then they just didn't daze it, so sure, I guess. They're just saving days for things that deal with Delver.
Yeah,
you can't daze a plow.
Can't cast anything.
Yeah, we can't cast our whole hand of 3 drops. If only we had a plains on the top of our deck.
Yeah, the decisions were made and they were apparently incorrect.
Yeah, I mean it's impossible to know in the blind. We could have easily just been like playing against Miracles or playing against Delver and they don't force the Vial and like our hand just never loses.
Yeah.
Our decision was bad specifically against countering Vial into getting Wastelanded, which not a lot of decks are like in line to do.
If we draw 3rd planes, we're pretty fine.
Yeah, we still have a decent shot at winning. We're at 11. They've already used 2 bolts. Alright, less chance of winning. Perfect. We can chump block with Thalia now.
This is the worst.
Second turn.
More Loamerboy? Oh, God.
Hey, we did it. We drew the land.
Does this ever want to make you want to play 24 lands?
No, not really.
There
are so many games that you die to like Miracles because you have like 17 lands in play, and it's like, man, if only I had drawn an actual spell that has text.
Yeah. Well,
and just like the Mana Screw games just feel worse than the Flood games because the Flood games you got to play a game of Magic,
right?
But you just like happen to flood out. But like they are equally devastating.
I like 2 Path, 2 Judgment, and a Rest in Peace.
Yep.
And I take out Revokers, Recruiters, and a Jailer.
Can you stop it, cat? She's trying to chew on all of the cords down there. Cut. Revokers. Cut. What were you cutting? Jailer, Recruiters?
Recruiter and Jailer, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've weirdly struggled against Rug Delver, where I'm like 1,000,001 against all the other Delver versions. I don't know what that means because it's
technically not dead there, but actually dead. No, we're dead there, right? Like they have, we can at most block a Tarmogoyf, assuming they don't daze my 3-drop.
Yeah, there's no way we were winning that game.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
and I'm
We
pretty
had
sure we are
no
like
way to
literally
win.
dead there. In addition to technically being dead. What's the matchup?
Oh,
Rug Delver.
matchup?
It's fine.
Sure. You got
So-
basic planes. We're set.
Stoneforge is so good against Delver if they don't draw Ancient Grudge too. Legacy from 2010. Oof. Wisp and they don't
Planes.
flip. Chump. Oh, okay, yeah. So Wisp the Delver, chump the Tarmogoyf, take 6, go to 2.
And
We
die
were technically not dead that turn. You're correct.
I'm not even gonna bother playing the rest of that game now.
We're technically not dead if they don't flip. Oh, we're playing against the Noble Rug deck? Jesus.
Oh, Christ.
I might have wanted to path that, actually, but I was F6'd. I
Yeah,
probably don't
that's
want to path this. They're so threat light. Especially this deck that's not... The Noble Rug deck isn't playing, like, Mongoose, probably. Because they play Mandrills, so you'd rather, like, path their actual threats.
Yeah, my concern is that they go turn 2 True Name. But
Yeah. I mean, we were 2 Stoneforges to, like, get Fire and Ice.
yeah. Hope they daze this.
Think you keep GJ because you want all the Stoneforge? Yeah, like, GJ's not great in some of the matchups, but there are matchups that you want to definitely have 4 Stoneforge Mystics, so you need 3 equipment.
Oh, you definitely keep Jit in this matchup. I mean, it's like...
In the Noble Hierarch matchup specifically, yeah. But against the, like, the traditional Rug, where they're just on, like, Tarmogoyfs and stuff, maybe not as much, but... Just reading chat. But yeah, now that I have Noble, definitely keep GT. That's fine. That's why I played Thalia first.
The Delver, sure.
Just path into Thalia?
Yeah, I think that's right. Delver's... I mean, I guess you could wait for Tarmogoyf, but... It's a good enough target. I have basics? Probably. No. No basics. This isn't even Noble Rug, it's like Noble Rug Delver.
No, I don't think the Noble Rug... I played against this deck. If it's like the same deck, I don't think it has any basics in it. It's like very weird. I don't really know exactly what they did with the threat base, but... Oh, sure. Yeah, stays the Thalia. Perfect. As long as they don't have Ancient Grudge, we're set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attacking with higher...
I will take 1 damage. Ooh. I like that.
Mm.
It's much better against Ancient Grudge, too. Alright, let's slam this and then slam Stoneforge.
Yep. Although I think we're boarding out Rest in Peace because they don't play Mongoose.
They still have Tarmogoyf and possibly Mandrills.
Oh, Tarmogoyf, right. Yeah, yeah.
And Ancient, and it turns off half of an Ancient Grudge, so
yeah,
probably still fine.
Tarmogoyf is dead now.
And it's like impossible for them to
Are
ever
they
cast on
dazing
Mandrills.
this? No, don't daze it. It's whatever.
Yeah, can my opponent chill it with these dazes?
Yeah, so many dazes.
I've been dazed so much this league. I need to start playing that Ancient Tune so I can stop getting dazed.
There's a world where we play the Stoneforge first there, but I guess it's fine.
Nah, I'd rather have the recipes resolved than the Stoneforge. That's why I played the Rip first.
Mhm.
Rip just turns off so many of their threats.
Stoneforge again here, and then Port.
Yep. I think I'm grabbing Sword
Yeah, I would.
in case of True
You're-
Name. It also just
The
like
only card that matters now is True Name, I think.
Yeah.
They've been so slow this game that, like, we're ahead of them now, so
Yeah.
you just want to hedge against the card that beats us.
Because the port they're red.
Yeah. Green doesn't matter because Goyf is shut off.
And they have green off the Hierarch.
Oh,
I think there's a world where we double Stoneforge last turn. I think there maybe is, but I really wanted to turn off the possibility of them having a Mandrills by just getting Rest of Peace down as soon as possible.
Yeah, they might play Mandrill's True. I think that, like, that was fine.
The Noble Rug deck that I played against had Mandrills.
They still might have Grudge in their hand for the 1 equipment we have, but...
And we can also flicker our Stoneforge.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna... I don't really want to run this Wisp into a Daze if I don't need to.
Well, you won't run it into a Daze. Because you...
We only have 5 lands. I was gonna put in Sword and then flicker the Stoneforge. Because we can't do the opposite order. I guess we can, because we can cast the Wisp and then trigger on the stack, activate the Stoneforge.
I was thinking about casting Sword and attaching to Stoneforge.
No, it's not the worst plan either.
But, you know, it opens up to a counterspell.
They probably only have, like, Dazed Force. It's not like they have, like, Counterspell. Or Spell Pierces in post-board. And it doesn't even get Spell Pierced. Yeah, I don't like just... Or I don't hate just...
I mean, that line's bad against, like, Lightning Bolt, but...
Eh. Like, most of our lines are bad against Lightning Bolt. Like, it's the same thing, right? Except we don't get a Flicker Wisp in play yet. I just pour them in a Wisp.
Resolve.
Definitely not porting and Wisping. If I were Wisping, I think I just want to get this thing into play. Because if they don't have an answer to this sword, they're just so dead. Yeah.
Heyo.
This game is
now
now, like, this game's over unless they have artifact removal.
Yeah, they could have Grudge sitting in their hand.
Yeah, they could. But if they grudge this, it's
or
only half of a
Braid.
grudge, and then we can use Flicker Wisp to go get a new equipment.
Yeah.
Braid, sure. Same thing.
Yeah. What's with everybody playing like a million of Braids now?
A Braid's good against Chalice.
Yeah.
It's removal that also shatters Chalice of the Voids.
True.
We're also just, like, ahead. We both have 1/2s, and they're at less life. Most of their threats, like, don't have text anymore.
Ooh, well.
That might be really good. Just put it on 1, turn off all their bolts and cantrips.
Yeah, you can put it on 1 or you can put it on 2 and shut off.
I'm not really
Braid.
scared of more Braids. They probably don't have more than, like, 2. Putting it on 1 turns off bolts and stuff. If they have True Name, we still have this Wisp, which is now unboltable. I like just preloading here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because it turns off their cantrips, so if they, like, actually have a good draw, they can't find something. Oh, they're just forcing this? Sure.
Jeez. They had 2 forces in addition to the...
Their last 2 cards were... If they're wait... I feel like attacking with Noble Hierarch is way worse than, like, just leaving up 5 mana for a Force of Will.
Yeah. I don't know what that... Okay, I mean...
Yeah, that seems, like,
I agree.
kind of loose.
Well, they're Hellbent, so that's good news.
Yeah, and then we get to, like, just Flicker Wisp the Stoneforge to go get, like, Batterskull or GTA, and then this game's just... Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Or just draw it.
Oh, we just draw GTA.
Yeah. Dead? Question mark?
Do you lose now? Are you dead? I think still draw, like, exactly True Name.
Blow this Hierarch up.
Yeah, we gonna nuke this Hierarch.
If they drop True Name, it's not even that horrendous, because you have Wisp to attach Jitte into it.
Yeah, and we could go get Batterskull. Honestly, so they should never attack even if they don't have Force to make it you think that they do. Yeah, like, the attack for 1 seems way worse than just casting a Force of Will.
I'm not sure why they were attacking with Hierarch, but, you know.
Gotta get me dead eventually. God! I mean, not complaining that we just drew Batterskull, but, like, now this Wisp doesn't do a lot.
I mean, attack first?
I don't want to, like, cast this Batterskull, though. I want to put it in, but does that mean I'm just, like, playing Wisp and passing? I guess so. I can just move the GJ to the Wisp next turn and then put in the Batterskull after that.
Yeah.
I'm just, like, Wisping nothing.
I mean, we have a Jitte with 3 counters on it now, so...
Yeah, this game's...
Unless they have True Name, they're dead. Even if they do, they're probably dead.
I'm not going to port them. I think I'm just going to try to equip the Wisp to protect it from bolts. Rather than porting.
Yeah. They can
Most of the roads lead to Rome at this point. If they bolt here, then sure, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. We still have it equipped to the Noble, or the Stoneforge.
Next turn, play Batterskull.
Yeah. They're fetching for. Oh, sure. Oh, they're fetching. That was end step fetch.
Still no threats.
Is this lethal in 2 turns? So I can play around Bolt by just pumping a bunch? Yeah, this is just lethal in 2 turns, so I just don't think I'm playing Batterskull yet. Attack. Blockers. Pump. Pump. I think I'll pump all 3 times. Means they're just at a lower life total if they end up, like, finding a True Name or something.
Yeah.
Like I said, at this point, most of the roads lead to Rome.
Yeah, they're pretty dead.
Yeah. If they draw an exactly true name, we take our turn, like, deploying Batterskull, and then we have 2 lethal attackers.
I don't think I board any differently for this matchup.
Yeah, I'd probably just run it back.
Because
Maybe
I might-
Ballista if they're on Noble Hierarchs.
Ballista seems pretty decent. I guess, yeah, I don't think we want anything else. Take out on the draw. I don't know. Crusader's probably... Well, Crusader blocks Swipe, though.
Don't
Maybe
actually
a
know what I'd cut.
Maw? Or a Thalia, since we're on the draw.
Ballista's not worth it ammo if your plan is to kill with Hierarch. I mean, it doesn't just kill Hierarchs, right? It pings off Delvers and stuff, too. It's just like a late-game mana sink. It's, like, good versus a decent number of other threats, so...
I don't hate taking out a Thalia, because we're on the draw, because they're legendary, but I don't know.
Revoker does have text again, too. I don't think that's quite worth it, though. Revoker doesn't have enough text for me to want it.
It's either Thalia or Mom, I think.
Yeah, I like Mom, because Mom can also play, like, it's one of the ways you can actually beat a true name. Lets you attack through it.
It just taking out a Thalia means we don't have the... We have less of a chance of having multiple Thalia hands. Wow.
This hand feels kind of greedy, but I want to keep it just because there's so much mana denial. There's like a good chance we can leave them with like very little lands. We can also have like the Plow if they have a Hierarch hand.
On the draw, I like this hand.
I'm gonna keep this. This might be like, this might go poorly.
They don't have any basics. We found that out. So.
Oh man. Hierarch hand.
I don't hate plowing it.
I would keep this against 0 basics. I also don't hate just like wastelanding them.
Yeah, it's just awkward since they found Hierarch, but...
Yeah. Wastelanding them is like plowing them, but it plays around days. And also like makes us not be able to cast a 2-drop next turn, but... I like just trying to wasteland them until they stop playing lands and then plow the Hierarch.
That's fine.
There's a chance that like plowing is better there, but like if we plow and we get days, it's actually like rough. Yeah, isn't waste better than waste is like worse than plow, specifically if they like if we want to like cast Thalia next turn. But it is days proof, which is why I ended up doing it. Sylvan, alright, well my kill other lands plan probably is not very good. But we also have Council's Judgment to exile Sylvan Library if we need to. I also like don't like giving them infinite time anymore, so I think we need to buckle in.
So are we swordsing Hierarch here?
Yeah, I think so. It still prevents them from casting True Name next turn, because if they daze it, they have to pick up their land.
Yeah. We could swords Hierarch, or we could waste again, but I don't really like that plan.
Yeah, I don't like the Wasteland plan if I'm staring down Sylvan Library. Also, if they don't deploy a threat, getting a 3 mana and judgmenting the Sylvan Library is not unreasonable.
I think that library was like literally their best draw.
Yeah, the library was probably the only card that I was actually concerned with them playing on 2 mana.
Yeah, it sucks. Ooh,
Wow, they just like kept 2.
Took 8.
Yeah, they just took 8 on there. All right. So they have. We know they have another land in hand because they just like played Flooded Strand instead.
Yeah. Well.
All right. So our mana denial plan's definitely not on the forefront of what I'm wanting to do now.
No, which is unfortunate, but.
I think I'm just jamming Thalia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna daze this too.
Daze again.
Sure. I mean, they're
How
not
many
dazing my.
dazes have been cast this league?
Spell Snare. All right.
Oh, cool. Even better
Not,
for them.
not quite daze. It's daze that lets them cast a True Name next turn.
Oh boy, we are not. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good.
Yeah. Definitely.
That Sylvan Library is insane on turn 2.
Definitely not looking great. Might need to like judgment this Insect Elaboration too.
Yeah, we're taking 4 turn. And second Delver, maybe. Or Goyf.
I don't hate Stone Forging for like GT here. Leaving up Wasteland.
Yeah. They didn't do anything. That's good.
Just like continue to play into Dazes, just slam Crusader.
Well, so I mean, we could just slam Judgment to get rid of the library into Daze, or we can play play Stoneforge around Daze and get Jit.
I think I'm playing Stoneforge around Days getting Jit. I'm not super concerned with the library. They already drew 2 cards off of it. They're at 10, so like they're not drawing that many anymore. It's like it's a Miri's Guile close to it at this point, which is still good, especially with all their fetch lands. But I think I need to like deal with their threats.
Yeah.
So Wasteland into Stoneforge. Loamerboy's
I have
Echo.
Echo. I don't know how to fix that.
I can turn down your volume a little bit on my thing, but then someone else said that your mic was low, so
Yeah.
I figured it out.
Do you think that there's any merit to getting Sword here?
Sword is decent insurance against True Name. I like GTA because you can like we can threaten, play, equip, attack next turn. It also gains us life. It's worse against True Name, but we have a Judgment to deal with the True Name. It's also GTA's like insane with Crusader, although I guess Sword is also insane with Crusader, but
I just thought about Sword because of Delver, but I guess Jit's better because it lets us gain life too.
yeah, Jit lets us kill the Delver anyway. Like they both kill a Delver with a single trigger. And like if we don't have it equipped to Mirror Crusader, they can actually stall the Sword trigger by like blocking with Hierarchs.
That's true.
Whereas they can't do that with GTA.
Yeah.
This means that if they don't leave up mana, we can just threaten GTAing them and killing the Delver. They're probably just going to pull this Stoneforge though. Yeah.
Well, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we're getting some bad beats this week, because I don't think we should lose this match, but here we are.
And you go back and count how many times I got dazed.
Yeah.
So they do have a True Name, but we have Judgment to deal with it.
Yeah.
We are at 12 now, which is scary, but we have a lot of removal spells, or like just Flicker Wisp we could also try to stop this thing with. They just like force will my Judgment. Oh god.
Jeez.
Alright, Wisp is definitely not nothing.
One card in hand, so it's gonna resolve, I think.
So this Delver's probably going to flip because they've been librarying. Did they fetch?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they fetched. Yeah, it flips off Brainstorm.
How am I liking taxes? I love it. I've been playing a lot. I've had a lot of success with it too. It's kind of annoying that this league has been going the way it has because my win rate's really good with this deck lately. I mean, turn 2 library is hard to beat for any deck. So.
All right. Well, if they don't have any removal spells and also don't have 2 lightning bolts. Well, I guess if they don't have 2 lightning bolts, they definitely don't have the removals. Or if they don't have removals, well, they definitely don't have 2 lightning bolts. So Flicker Wisp buys me some amount of turns. Can't even play the Mom too. Ugh. It'd be so good if we could deploy a second threat here because that lets us like get a GTA connection. Yeah. We actually don't have triple white.
I mean, you have to play Flicker Wisp here.
Yeah, if they have like a bolt and flip the Delver, we just lose.
Yeah.
Or just force, yeah, sure.
Force as well. Are we dead?
Yeah, we're at 6. They have 2 Insectile Aberrations.
It's frustrating. I feel like you've been on a bit of a... I mean, granted that I'm also playing my list and helping you.
A cold streak.
Yeah, but you went on like a 15-0 run, and now you've had a couple like 2-3 leagues.
Yeah, I mean that's how Magic goes in general. I'm definitely not like upset about it or anything.
Yeah, that's true.
And the meta has shifted a lot more towards Delver. Like, a lot of our losses have been to like weird to just like Delver deck. Wait, what did we play round 1? Do you remember? I've already forgotten.
We played Buried Phoenix.
Oh yeah, we've just been like there's like a lot of like aggressive decks running around, Delver or Phoenix, which is very akin to like the Delver decks. So I think
Well,
they're.
We lost the Phoenix match.
Oh hey, are we playing against that guy that was in chat?
Yeah.
Farish, he was in chat, right?
This is a mirror match, I think. We had
Oh, his hand's gas.
we had that match, but they had this hand's great. They had double Thoughtseize
Yeah.
Early, which was really good for them.
It's like dying to like good to Delver starts and good Phoenix hands and things that you're probably just not going to beat because you don't have access to a lot of the like free anti-card tools. Like we couldn't force a Sylvan Library or like force a.
Well, the issue is that you overload the Council's Judgment, so you couldn't even like. Also, we kept a hand that was like trying to mana deny, and then
and then they had like the one card that like punishes me hard for trying to mana deny them.
Yeah.
Just like lets them hit
Also,
infinite land
like
drops.
this game is over already.
Opponent also 4. Alright.
Our hand's great, and they have 4 cards, and it's the mirror.
Alright.
Yeah.
Game ended. Alright. Well, we don't know it's the mirror, right? He was a fan of Death. Like, he's in the stream. I don't know if he's playing Death and Taxes.
I'm pretty sure he plays Death and Taxes. I saw a 5-0 from him recently.
Oh,
I
maybe.
know he's in the Discord and stuff. I was bored for D&T. If we get punished, like, we're already a game ahead anyway.
What does the D&T sideboard look like?
Take out 4th Dahlia and Prelate, and then put in Council's Judgment, Relic Warder, Ballista, and 1 path.
Path's probably better than, like, a card in this deck.
Better than Prelate?
Well, yeah, well, like, as a 6th card, we have a second path as an optional 6th card, and I think it's probably better than a card in this deck somewhere. Don't know what the card would be, like, Crusader.
Well, Path is awkward because it gives them the mana.
Yeah, this fight's usually not about mana, though. I don't hate cutting. I probably wouldn't hate cutting like a Crusader for a path if I were.
Yeah, because Crusader does get boned by.
Like, if you connect with a thing with an equipment on it, like you're already very far ahead. It doesn't need to be Crusader to win the game, and Crusader is like just an above average beater. Like Flyer's the king in this matchup, and Crusader sits on the ground. And
yeah, I don't hate taking out a Crusader.
yeah, I think this is how I usually board. I'd cut Crusader for second path. Yeah, I think removal is at a better premium than medium ground guy. Or I guess above average ground guy.
So when I'm playing these matches, I'm like thinking about Brightling over the second Crusader, and like the issue with the Noble Rug deck in particular, or like that last match, is like Brightling's still pretty bad against True Name.
Yeah, Brightling's bad against True Name, but like it's better than a lot of your options are against True Name. All right, we're just playing that. Because it at least prevents them from like being able to clock you very well, because Brightling races a True Name very easily. So like it basically means that their True Name can't attack you.
That's true. I'd follow Mom here.
Oh, for sure. Crusader helps you not die to Battle Skull, but who fetches Battle Skull in the mirror? Yeah, Battle Skull is like easily the worst equipment in the mirror.
I've had some opponents fetch Battle Skull in the mirror, and I'm so happy when they do.
Yeah, I had my opponent post board like cast a Thalia, and then the next turn they played a Stoneforge and recruited a Battle Skull. I was like, what are you doing with your life?
So
I'm a little scared that we're gonna get like mana denied out of this game because we have 2 non-basics as our only leftovers. But
yeah, we have Jit in hand already. So I guess I'd either play Ballista on one here or Stoneforge.
I probably don't need to play Ballista yet. I'm just like Stoneforge. I might get Batterskull just to force them to kill it. Yeah. I mean, like grabbing Sword's probably just better though. What am I getting Wastelanded though? Port or Wasteland? Probably my Wasteland.
You might not get Wasteland. They might be mana-like.
Yeah, they might be mana-like, but like, what am I planning on getting Wastelanded if that comes to it? I think it's my Wasteland. I guess maybe not. Wasteland's better at not getting Wastelanded because you like leave it untapped. So yeah, let's get our Port Wastelanded. Probably just go get Sword, even though like it means that they don't have to kill the Stoneforge. Sword is just so much better than Battle Skull. Assuming we hit some number of land drops.
Yeah. If they waste here, then they have extra mana.
Yeah, they don't need to waste me here, I think. Just waste on this. So yeah, they plowed anyway, so.
Yep.
Getting Sword is almost assuredly correct. So if they like cast Stoneforge to Wasteland me, we're not very happy. We need to rip a land. Oh. Wasteland and nothing. Alright, that's okay. Not great, but okay.
Yep.
Hopefully they don't have like another wasteland.
That'd be really unfortunate.
Another
So,
plow, not the worst. That's also why I didn't want to play Ballista. Ballista's much better when they already have a thing on board, so like it's much better against removal spells.
Here's
Sure.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, nice. What am I recruiting?
You judgment the sword.
I definitely want to get a guy in play first to like threaten my equipment, because if we draw a land, we can GT. It's a question of what do I grab? Just like wisps? My opponent's already cast 2 plows, so we could just like wisp chain the shit out of our
wisps. You could get relic order. Although you already have judgment.
Yeah, we have an answer to swords. So I don't care. I'm gonna grab a wisp. Plowed your mom. You gotta say it. Yeah, I say plow your mom all the time. It's like #1 interaction in the mirror. We've plowed each other's moms this game. That's just how life works.
We got a freebie game 1, so that's always nice.
Yeah. Could get mom. Yeah, I don't love mom here. All right, so I'm not gonna just jam GTA and attack into just like pass turn with 3 open mana. I don't think. But like all my other plans.
There's still no point to judgmenting the sword because
they don't have a threat.
So,
I think I might just attack and wisp my recruiter, so it forces their hand on removal. If they have removal, they'll cast it, and then we'll still have a creature in play to put the GT on next turn.
Yeah, I don't hate that. The alternative is playing Ballista for 2.
So I'm gonna just attack here. If they brought in Containment Priest, which sometimes they like to do, then we attack into it. If they block, we can just play Ballista for 2, use 1 to ping it off anyway. Yeah. So like that's not the worked outcome either, so I'm just gonna attack here.
I don't know why people would bring in Priest in the mirror, but whatever.
It's really it's not good, but sometimes you get got. But it's more likely to just be a removal spell, yeah.
They're just so
man, if they have Priest and we like flicker our recruiter, I'm gonna be salty.
Yeah. So they flashed removal spell there?
Yeah. I think they're just waiting for me to cast a wisp, but it doesn't change my play, I don't think. Because I still just want to have a guy in play.
Yeah, I would do it off Cavern, so you can leave up Wasteland.
Doesn't really matter what I name.
I still think you name Human, because you have the most humans in your deck.
Yeah, I guess we're already casting. It really doesn't matter. I feel like Containment Priest here, it's kind of obnoxious.
Yeah.
Because they actually get to, like, Containment Priest my thing away, untap, go up with sword, I have to like chump block, and then we have to cast Council Judgment.
Because they didn't have it.
Alright, cool. Just pump fake that removal spell, I guess. So we just keep getting wisps.
Yeah. I mean, no reason not to.
Yeah. This battle is won a lot in the air. If it's not one with equipment, it's just one with who has more flyers. So just like wisp chaining, it's just so good in this matchup.
Our hand is also stacked right now. So.
Yeah, for sure. Deal.
On Jit, probably.
They don't know we have Jit. But they probably aren't naming Sword, so... they might just name it because that's the card that they're dying to. Then we just get to, like, Ballista this down. If they equip, then we don't get to Ballista it down, but we can also just, like, Judgment the Sword.
Yep.
Blind name Jit is probably pretty fair here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Equip here.
Yep. It's fine.
So we can actually deploy our GTA this turn, too. In addition to Judgmenting the sword away. Do I Judgment the
sword?
Yeah. And because we had to play the GTA, so if we want to get it online, we can just Ballista down the Revoker and equip.
Yep.
In the same turn, so like just getting the sword out of the way is the bigger threat rather than trying to take care of their one thing. Do I attack with a recruiter? I don't think it's worth it.
No.
Not when we have like just more wisps. There's just like a plan B.
Already, so there's no reason to make the trade right now.
Yeah. Judgment, my GTA, mean.
Whatever.
Yeah, they've already named the GTA anyway, so sure.
I would take it.
But whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh no!
I clicked OK one too many times. Oh, well.
I do that all the time. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Moto's a great program.
Well, now I guess we, wow, we can just, like, blister for 3. That's insane. We're just gonna, like, wisp the recruiter. Blister for 3.
Yeah.
I guess it's, like, basically unbeatable already.
Yeah. There's, like, I don't know how you lose now.
Oh, well, now I just gotta kill both their things, I guess. Resolves.
Kill them both and
Yep.
kill
Their face.
Yeah.
Kill that. Kill
Now,
that.
next turn, you can play a quick sword.
Kill that. Kill.
Play long. Yeah, game's probably over.
Yep. They did.
Yeah.
Oh, the opponent said something in chat. I don't know how long ago they said that. Sorry. He probably said something about the stream. Oh no. Moto, why? Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Show chat. What did he say?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, hi. I was watching you 20
Oh.
minutes ago. GG's. Oh, sorry. Yeah, wait. Oh, he just... Oh, he said that, like... He said most of that, like, 10 minutes ago. Sorry.
Oops.
The moment I leave your stream to play. Good games, though. Or, good game, I guess. Sorry I didn't see your chat things. I would have responded, but, like... I'm not used to the chat not being there, so I very rarely look in that corner for, like, oh, there's the chat little box and it's yellow.
Yeah, good games. I mean, you got a free win game one because you mulled the forward.
Yeah, it's like
and I
not winning.
also kind of knew you were on Death Texas.
Yeah, it's fair to assume that people that watch Death and Taxes streamers like Death and Taxes, but you never know.
Yeah, I also just know because I've seen British have a 5-0 on Goldfish. So.
All right, playing for the pity chest.
The money.
All right, time to kill the chat box. He did well for he plowed his mom. We plowed his mom too. There were a lot of moms that were plowed. All right, all right, deal. I'm in for this hand. I love the just snap keeping hands that just die to storm.
I actually think this is like my ideal 7. It doesn't get much better.
You need like a Thalia involved here, so you don't just like fucking die to combo decks. But like this hand is so good, especially if we're not playing against a combo deck.
Yeah.
We just get to like port them and then port like wasteland them, violent a 2-drop.
Yeah.
It's just so good if they're doing fair things.
Unless this is Storm.
Could be Storm. Oh, could be like
No.
There's like blind therapy. They like black red reanimator.
Probably buried Phoenix again.
Thalia. I don't think they're gonna like basic swamp me. They named Thalia, so guess we're just porting.
Reanimator doesn't play therapy, does it?
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it plays like Thoughtseize, sometimes it plays therapy. I don't know. I'm just porting them, and we'll figure out what they're doing.
Yeah. Maybe it's Pox.
I don't think Pox wants therapy. I think they just want like Thoughtseize Inquisition. I don't know if Phoenix plays the basic. Okay, well it's not black red because they have a flooded strand. Double basic. I got nothing. Is it like Storm with therapies? Sometimes the Storm plays therapy still. That would explain the blind name Thalia on the therapy because they just die to it.
Well, when you said you need Thalia for Storm, you weren't wrong.
He plays, yeah. I mean, the Phoenix deck plays therapy. I was more questioning the basics. The Phoenix decks I've seen play like 0 to 1 basic lands, so basic swamp was a little weird because it doesn't cast any of your cantrips. Thalia? Damn. We're gonna continue to port them and hope that prevents them from killing us.
Yeah, Cavern's a good draw. If it's
I mean, if they're not storm.
Not control. Never mind. I take that back.
Am I porting the swamp to just stop to try and not die, or am I porting the island to prevent cantripping?
I would port the swamp. It also prevents discard stuff.
Yeah, I mean, discard's not super important with this hand because our hand is just bad.
Yeah, true.
I don't hate porting the island.
I don't know if it matters.
Yeah,
The issue with porting the islands, they can get value out of it.
yeah, because they can like cast brainstorms. Porting the swamp like basically kills the land all the time. What did they do with Preordain? They bottomed on Preordain. So like there's a chance that porting the like they don't have another land, so we can port the swamp to take them off of black, or porting blue to try and take them off of more cantrips.
I'm not convinced yet that this is Storm. It could still be Phoenix with basics.
Phoenix with 2 base. That's a lot of basics for that deck. By the way, our most of our plays don't really change. So yeah, if we had ported the island, there's a chance they could have like upkeep brainstormed.
Yeah.
Volcanic. Preordain. I mean, well, we can wasteland that volcanic at least.
See, it's well, it could still be Storm. I guess.
Yeah.
It could still be either deck. I would waste the hell out of that volcanic.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to do it yet in case we draw something, but well, am I putting in Stoneforge or Avenger? Avenger's better against Adnaz. Stoneforge can slowly start to gain life. But also, Stoneforge means that we would have to stop Rashadan porting, and I think Rashadan port's pretty important, so I think I'm just Avengering.
Yeah, I like Avenger here. But I always like Avenger, so.
Take up to 3.
Yeah.
We can also just totally cut them off of mana this turn if we like wasteland port and flicker wisp.
Yeah, I don't hate wasting the Volk and then flickering a basic and porting. I actually don't hate that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, flicker the island since they can actually do things with that in their upkeep. Like, putting this much pressure on actually makes their Adnals a lot worse, so there's a chance we don't just, like, fucking die. Oh, yeah. Sweet, they just passed. Just draw, like, Recruiter, Sanctum Prelate, Thalia.
Do we have no other lands?
Ooh, another Wisp. Fucking deal.
Yeah, deal all day. Same thing.
But even you just get to cast Stoneforge this turn.
Yeah.
They're also dead next turn, so...
Yeah.
We're
still not positive on Storm, but I guess that's the assumption.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's going to be kind of awkward when we play game 2 and they're not on Storm, but...
Yeah.
I
also haven't seen any, doesn't matter. I also haven't seen any, diamonds with petals yet.
Yeah. What's up, Eyeballsy? How's it going?
Hey.
Alright, hopefully this is good enough. No Massacre one time. Oh yeah, could flicker out the swamp to play around main deck Massacre, but... Maybe their tests... so cool, they just conceded. We did it. Will you stream Fork Alum again someday? Yeah, definitely will, at some point. It was a fun deck. I'm primarily Death and Taxes player, and I was definitely, exploring Fork Alum because I'm trying to explore a lot of what Legacy has to offer, but definitely down for Fork
Alum player, and I will definitely stream it again once I buy a PC so I don't have technical issues. That's my plan. So are we assuming it's Ant?
Yeah, I'm boarding for Ant.
I guess I board out Swords, Jit, 2 Wisp, and a Jailer. And then Relic Order, Surgical, Judgment, Rip, and then Chalice.
Why not put them to 0 with 9 power on the table? Oh, yeah, I flickered that in an end step.
I bring in just 1 Judgment. I don't think you want
1 Judgment. Did I miss a card you said to cut?
Second Wisp.
Oh, second Wisp. Hang on.
Yeah. Assuming that we're playing against Storm, which I still don't know.
Refreshing. I don't know what happened to my OBS. It just died. Oh, K-Ponce MTG, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
Yeah, 4.1 takes a long time to get good with and fast with. Took me like 6 months at least to
Did you
really
make
learn to
friends?
play correctly and quickly.
The clock was your enemy playing 4-color. Yeah, it's a lot of the problem. I didn't have any problems with playing 4-color. The other problem was we played against 3 blue-white Stoneblade decks, which was kind of infuriating, but a lot of it was like...
Which is super 50-50, and they had some timely draws, too.
Yeah,
so.
when you're streaming a deck that you've never played before, like after a week of not streaming, and then also like co-streaming with like another person talking,
Yeah.
so Snamel again, then like you definitely like kill a bunch of time. Oh god, I'm gonna keep this hand. It's gonna be just fucking terrible. We're gonna get Thoughtseized and die.
Thoughtseized the Thalia out of your hand? Yeah.
But like we can't mulligan this hand. Even though this hand is just like the worst thing I've ever seen. Going to SCGLs? I'm not going to SCGLs. I don't know what the next big event I'm actually going to is. Planning on going to GP Niagara Falls, but that's a ways away.
I am playing this deck on Sunday at a team tournament.
I'm gonna mulligan to 5. Maybe we won't die on turn 2 or get Thoughtseized. And before there's like not an ant. We just fucking die because we kept.
They might be still on Phoenix. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, there's a chance that they're not. I think seeing all those cards, that's what's in the early.
Still boarded in Chalice, so that's good in both matchups.
So the plan all the time today was like, I was going to be co-hosting Loamerboy's stream. Loamerboy's on the call right now. I was going to be on his stream while he plays Death and Taxes, but his internet like fucking murdered his. Oh wow, mulling to 3. All right. He was having a lot of. All right, we did it. We won. We never figured out what my opponent was on.
I would assume that was Ant, right? Because
yeah.
Had 2 basics, Therapy, Preordain.
The only deck that I can think of that I've seen all those cards in is Ant. And I think I've seen EGAD on Ant before, but like maybe not. I have to like go through my like records.
I mean, does Phoenix play basics? Maybe.
I've not seen a Phoenix deck that plays like any basics, especially basic Swamp. Can you search this, or is it just like scrolling blindly?
I don't know. What are you searching for?
The guy that we just played against, EGAD. That name seemed familiar, but I guess not. I don't see him anymore.
What was his name?
It was like EGAD with a bunch of numbers. It's probably still open.
Yeah, go back to
EGADD 2894.
EGADD?
Yeah, 2894.
I'm gonna search it.
Search box upper left. Oh, there is a search box upper left. Oh shit! Yeah, I have played against him. I O2'd like several months ago. All right, let's watch game 1. Hopefully, there's unable to start replay. Of course, thanks Moto.
What's his name? EGADD. What are the numbers?
2894. We'll never know because Moto can't replay games from like 4 months ago. Thanks, Moto.
Well, he has a Legacy Challenge finish in July on Sneak and Show.
Oh, yeah, definitely not Sneak and Show with Basic Swamp in his deck.
He also played Mono Red Phoenix in Modern, so maybe it was Phoenix.
The world may never know. We should have asked him before he left.
It's gonna bother me forever, I think because Ant doesn't play Therapy. Ant plays Thoughtseize.
Ant plays Therapy. Some players are still on Therapies in Ant. Like I could probably find a list that played Therapy, and like I think it's easier for me to find a list of Ant that plays Therapy than a list of Phoenix that plays like Basic Swamp, Basic Island. Let me see if I can just pull up an Ant list. See if I can find one playing Therapy instead of Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize. Old Ant. Yeah, Old Ant plays Therapy. I've seen some players like sticking to it, but it seems like not great. Yeah, alright. I clicked on a couple lists and I'm not finding it immediately, but I think
I just saw. I'm looking at the Phoenix list right now, and all of them are playing Basic Island, Basic Swamp. One of each.
God, was it Phoenix? We'll never know.
I think it was Phoenix, because it just seems more likely, because they had They have therapy, and usually people blind name Thalia anyway because of death and taxes.
Because like you, if you're on turn 2 land file, go.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess Phoenix.
I'm sticking with Ant, but we'll never know. If you ever run into EGAD, anyone, please ask him, or I guess you'll play against him, so you'll figure out what he's on, and then let me know because we'll never
Also,
know.
Ant normally doesn't run Flooded Strand. That's the other thing.
That's true. He was on a Flooded Strand.
Yeah. I'm saying Phoenix.
But like Flooded Strand in your like basic swamp deck is already pretty loose.
Yeah. So what did we beat? We beat Shadow.
We beat
the Mirror.
The Mirror, yeah, and we beat Question Mark. And then we lost to Noble Rug Delver and
Phoenix.
yeah, Grixis Phoenix.
Have I played against Noble Rug yet? I don't think I have. With Death and Taxes.
I've lost to it twice, but I still am not convinced the matchup's bad. You just need like a pretty large sample size. My record against Phoenix now is like 1-2, but like Phoenix list from the challenge had basics. All right, let me look at this list from the challenge. Where's the? Here's the Legacy Challenge deck list. This list has basic swamp, basic island. It does not have Flooded Strand though, because he plays 1 Bloodstained Mire, 4 Polluted Delta, 4 Tarn. Because the Flooded Strand in your basic swamp deck is like already kind of loose. I see now that he was playing 2 basic lands, but he's also not playing a Flooded Strand, so it's like not this list. We'll never know. We'll never know.
This is gonna bother me forever. Are there actually ant lists that still play therapy?
I'm pretty sure. I need to like ask Cyrus or something. I'm pretty sure I've seen ant lists that have therapied me, but maybe not.
Let's find out. I'm gonna go into the ant. Does this list play therapy?
All right, whatever. I'm calling the stream. I'm tired.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for having me again. Sorry my internet sucks.
It's all good. We'll do a stream when you have when you fix your internet stuffs.
Yeah,
we can do a stream over on your channel.
If you feel like it, follow me at Loamerboy
go.
/TV or whatever
Go.
it is.
Go follow Loamerboy
today, but and I'll be streaming more once I get like a PC, so I don't have lag as much anymore.
All right. So.
All right, catch you all later. Thanks, XJ.
Yep.
We'll do this again at some point, and yeah.
All right, later.
Bye.
All right, so that was this list, which I guess not much of a, more of a debrief. It wasn't like profoundly different than a list that I would be okay playing. There are a couple of main deck and sideboard considerations that like I'm not doing that he is doing, like the Sarah Avengers and stuff. Not a lot that came up, but it's fun to watch even if I couldn't comment on it. Yeah, it's all good. It was definitely an interesting league. I want to play against this Phoenix deck more. I'm definitely interested in like just jamming a test session against it once like people start condensing on like what a good Phoenix list looks like. Because I've played it 3 times, like, all 3 of them were pretty close. I 2-1'd it, and I've 1-2'd it twice, but, like, definitely a very, very small sample size. I think just, like, a lot of your cards feel very good against, like, Thalia, Sanctum Pearl, and stuff. You drop $8 to play in a league, or just to try to grind off some points in the singles queue to see if I... Or just try to grind off some points in the singles queue to see if I get there. Depends on how confident you are, I guess, probably. Like, it's not that hard to break even, but it's kind of hard to, like, grind upward with leagues. Unless you, like, can pretty, like, reasonably consistently 4-1 them and stuff. Definitely, like, main deck Remorseful Cleric if Phoenix is everywhere. That's fair, too, yeah. If you just, like, get to turn 2 Remorseful Cleric, it like, pushes them away from being able to just Phoenix you. Or being able to, like, Vial and Remorseful Cleric. But if, like, the Bedlam Reveler Phoenix lists are the ones that they condense on, maybe Rip is starting to get better again, like cut the Containment Priest or something for a second Rip again. I've been on 1 Rip for a while. D&T and singles queue is stuff. That's true. D&T specifically in the singles queue is rough because like people play a lot of bullshit in the singles queue just like because it's essentially like just for funds. Usually I'm fine like dropping some amount of money to play in a league or whatever. If I ever like dip under. It's like impossible for me to dip under at this point, but like back when I was starting Moto, I was like, okay, occasionally I would like go pretty even, and then like sometimes I would, especially if I like bought a new deck, I would like spend all my ticks and I would have to buy. So you tend to find people who aren't confident pilots and can pull wins from it though. That's fair. Like you find like generally like players that aren't as ready to go into leagues, but then that also means sometimes they're just playing bullshit. And D&T's really bad at like just beating bullshit decks. But anyway, I'll be sure to change this back to my normal list, but it was fun. It was interesting. Sucks that Loamerboy couldn't stream himself, but eventually we'll do a stream over there. We'll fix it. I forget if I actually finished answering your question about that all the time. I know you came in and you're like, what's the early stream? And I know I was in the middle of answering the question. I forget if I finished it, but I see a lot of BS in leagues. That's fair. There's like a lot of BS in general. I mean, we played against like some reasonable decks. The Noble Rug deck is kind of odd. Storm's really cheap and I was running into in queues. Just play a bunch of Chalices, easy. Chalice is expensive on Moto though. You don't always have that. Play a bunch of Mindbreak Traps, easy. But anyway, that's enough of that. I am going to go eat some dinner because I'm hungry and I don't usually do the streams this early. But thanks everybody for watching. If you like the content, you want to see more of it, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. Follows are totally free, help you know when I'm going live, help other people find my content. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thalia emote and 3-bin-themed subscription badge in the chat. And donations, I have not put it in the below the stream yet, because I didn't expect to stream today. But I think I've more or less settled on what I want to do with donations. It's going to be $8 for a good Legacy deck, quote-unquote, $10 for a non-tiered Legacy deck or bad Legacy deck, and $12 for non-Legacy decks, like if you want to see Modern or Standard or Vintage or Pauper or whatever. I'd be happy to play any of those if people want to donate towards them. But so it's like 8, 10, 12. I'll put all the details down below the stream eventually, but that's my tentative plan for now, so give me feedback on that. I still am working through the donation stuff. I haven't had access to Card Hoarder for that long, so that's that. Anyway, you can also subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. YouTube is where I post all these streams. Twitter is where I post when I'm going live. Weird schedule changes like this one. So anyway, that'll be it today. Find someone to host real quick, and then we will call it. How sweet, people actually streaming Legacy. Oh, Arkin. Arkin always is like comes into my chat. I can finally host Arkin. All right, catch you guys all tomorrow at my normal time.